Jacob's story is not the tale of a nobleman striding steadily toward glory. It is the story of a man who clawed and grasped and cheated his way through life, willing to do whatever it took to get what he wanted. His name means supplanter, which is defined as to usurp the place of, especially through intrigue or underhanded tactics. And trust me, he lived up to his name fully. From the womb, his hand reached out and clutched at his brother's heel. In youth, he schemed for a birthright that was already promised to another. In manhood, he deceived his father for a blessing that wasn't his, and he essentially stole it. And that forced him to run. But he did not run as a pilgrim seeking a blessing from God, but rather as a fugitive fleeing prosecution. Did this experience change him at all? No. He continued and built his life on his cleverness, bargaining, and self-reliance, always grasping and never resting. Yet even in his scheming, God's hand hovered near him. You see, he was the one God had chosen, but the blessing wasn't his to take. It was God's to give. Then came the night, alone by the river Jabbok. Jacob finally ran out of tricks. You see, the shadows grew heavy, and out of the darkness came a man. Not an angry brother, not a feeble father, and not a greedy father-in-law. This man came from and had the authority of the Almighty God, the same God Jacob had struggled against all of his life. And there, under the cloak of night, the supplanter wrestled with the Almighty. He fought like a man who had nothing left to lose. But in one merciful touch, God shattered his strength. When he touched him on his thigh and his leg gave way, Jacob collapsed. For the first time in his striving life, Jacob realized that he could not win with his ability alone. All he could do was hold on. And so he clung to the one he had wrestled against, realizing that this man held the true blessing that he needed. He said in Genesis 32:26, "I will not let thee go except thou bless me." In the end, the deceiver rose from the dirt with a new name, Israel, one who has wrestled with God and prevailed, not because he overpowered God, but because he had finally surrendered to him. From that night on, Jacob walked with a limp, a permanent reminder that true blessings, they aren't seized, they are received. In the hall of faith found in Hebrews 11, he is not remembered for his schemes or even his struggles at the beginning and middle of his life. It remembers the end of his story. It says, by faith Jacob, when he was dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph and worshiped, leaning upon the top of his staff. Those grasping hands had now become blessing hands. The restless wanderer became a mighty worshiper. His limp was not his shame, it was his testimony. His story teaches that if you've spent years wrestling against God, know this: He is not trying to destroy you. He's trying to break what keeps you from realizing your great need for Him. Let the struggle end. Limp if you must, but get a hold of God.
This ministry is viewer supported. If you would like to support us, please subscribe to our channel. We are trying to reach 10,000 by Christmas.